What's up everybody, it's Story the Kid, and I'll be your host here on the channel Amateur Wrencher. This is my first YouTube video, and what I'm going to do, I figured that I bought a brand new 2020 Street Glide, and I figured I could bring you guys onto a journey with me as I go forward to start customizing the motorcycle. Again, by no means am I a licensed mechanic, by no means am I an actual professional by doing these kind of thing. However, I just wanted to show the average Joe like myself, with the right amount of tools and basic knowledge, you can go ahead and customize these motorcycles. We'll do it the safe way, we'll do it the right way. If there's anything that you see in my videos that you think I can do in a better way, please feel free to comment. And yeah, here we go. Let's have a good journey with each other. So please feel free to comment and let me know how we can do things in a different way if you have better suggestions. So just so you know, the 2020 Street Glide is pretty much a blank canvas. It's pretty much stock. Not much has been done to it thus far, except for the polyafy handlebars. These are 12-inch bars by polyafy. I got the dealership to put these on just because it was quite a bit of work. I did the bars on my last motorcycle. It was a 2008 Harley Davidson Rocker C, and there was no panels to that bike. It was just pretty much a naked bike. So this one here with a fairing, and navigation and speakers and things like that, I just got the dealership to do it. So one of the issues with having a new Harley is that it comes with these stock muffler pipes, and unfortunately you don't quite cut it. The bike kind of sounds like a sewing machine. I'll give you a quick listen. Let's turn this girl on for a sec. So anyway, we're going to switch those out with one of these. Yeah, baby. Stay tuned. So I've been patiently waiting for a long time for these to come in. These are the TAB Performance exhaust. There's the zombiebaffles, as you can see by this sticker over here. And as you know, with TAB, there's different baffles you can get. The 1 3/4 inch, 2.5 inch, or you can get the zombie, and they're called zombie because they're so loud. They're supposed to wake the dead. So anyway, I pulled out the muffler, and obviously always put it on a soft sheet like this so you don't scratch it. But yeah, I'll take it out of the packaging. So pulling these out of the packaging, I had a bit of a heart attack when I saw this. I was like, oh no, already? But then I pulled the other one out. As you can see, it's got the same indent in here too. So they're supposed to come like that. So yeah, so you can relax now, I guess, and tragedy avoided. But I just picked up the muffler here, and just want to show you, you can look straight down. Not much baffling inside that girl. Pretty much a straight pipe. So yeah, they're gonna be pretty loud. Another thing I wanted to point out to you guys is this slash tip here. You can get it in a straight or slash. I thought the slash would be pretty cool. With this hex screw here, you can take out the actual tip and you can flip it around 90-degree increments. And I might put it on upside down just to follow the lines of the bags. But yeah, stay tuned. So the first step for this install is you open up your bag, and you just got to take out these two. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Take the bag out of the way so we don't scratch it. Just wanted to show you guys that these just screw right out of here. And I just recommend that when you take them out, just put them in your bag here. And that way you don't lose them. And obviously you need to put those back after. So this is what it looks like. And we're going to be taking off this muffler over here. So if you look underneath the bike here, what you want to take off is this bolt right here. So there's two of them here. This one here is for to go across the other side of the bike. that's not the one you want. You want to take off this one over here. That one there is going to be a long 5/8 that you want to use. And then once you loosen that, you gotta come up here and loosen those there, which is just a straight 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna do that now. Pretty loose now. I can move it with my hand like this. And those 2 bolts over here, those are out. I ended up using a long 1/2 inch just because when it came to taking off this bolt here, you don't want to mess around with the guard around here and stuff. This is where the saddlebag sits. You don't want to scratch that, so I figured use a long one to keep your hands away from the paintwork. And now if you just look at the exhaust here, it's pretty loose. So that's what you gotta do, you just gotta wiggle it and pull it out. So all you need 2 hands for this, so give me a sec here. See, I was able to take off the stock muffler. The flange that was here, like I said, that was loosened off. And the 2 bolts that were here, again, just wiggling back and forth. My bike's still pretty new. It's got about 200 kilometers on it. So it wasn't welded in there yet from all the heat. So if you have an older bike with more kilometers, you might want to use some WD-40. You can just spray it kind of in there to help you wiggle it off. But anyway, I got her off the bike here, and I put her down beside the new tab pipe. As you can see, remember earlier I was kind of worried about the indent in here. Well, the stock one has the same thing. So obviously this stuff's pretty well engineered. Anyway, oh yeah, and this is the flange here that I took off on the old one. You're gonna reuse it on your new one. So and also make sure that when you put this on, make sure it's pointing down and out. So it's just easy to tighten on the new muffler. And yeah, here we go, kind of getting excited. I'm gonna show you here real quick before I put this on, is I did this hex bolt here, this one here and this one here, and I was able to rotate the whole cap. So now when it's getting installed on the bike, it's gonna be installed like this. And you can see these are the top mounting screws. The tailpipe will look like this. It's kind of on a downward angle. And I figured that's gonna be really cool because if you look at the bags here, they're on a downward angle like that. So hopefully it's gonna follow the lines of the bike and should look pretty cool. And again, it's just these 2 end screws, one here, one here. And it's a number 4. Okay, number 4 Allen key. Give you a comparison of what the stock muffler looks like on the inside. You kind of see those little holes there at the bottom there. I guess that's the baffle inside of it. You see how restricting it is compared to the other one that I showed you. But yeah, just some food for thought. So the project thus far has been pretty straightforward. I just want to show you a quick comparison. This is obviously the stock muffler here, and then look how badass that looks, eh? 2.5 inch, 4.5 inch. And I think it was a good call turning these upside down, because see the line, how it goes up and just kind of follows. Well, the bag's not here right now, but you get the drift. Badass. For this side, also here, this is where the stock heat shield is. Make sure that the gaps and everything are pretty even all the way around. And next step would be to put the saddlebag back on. But before that, I suggest that you go ahead and wipe it down really good. You don't want any fingerprint marks on the pipe here, because you want to make sure it's all wiped down nice and clean before you start the bike up, because you can discolor the pipe with all your nasty little fingerprints on it. Okay, so make sure it's nice and clean. And yeah, next step is put on the saddlebag. This is what it looks like with the bag back on the bike here. So from the side here, the side profile, you see how the angle just follows the bag and the exhaust. That looks really cool. And that's pretty much it. Now just like when you think that you're done, you're actually not, because I still got the other side to do. But yeah, after that, stay tuned and it's gonna sound awesome. And just for the other side, just follow the exact same steps as you did for the first side. and yeah, should be pretty uneventful as well. Pretty straightforward, just like the first side. The only difference that I found on this side is the flange here. It's actually metric, it's 15 mil. But other than that, these are still a 1/2 inch. And yeah, it was actually a little easier to put it on this side. But again, we're just gonna clean up the pipe here before we start the bike and go from there. Fingers crossed, it sounds awesome. So the install is complete. Both pipes are on. Again, side profile matches with the bag pretty good. So I'm excited now. I get to start the bike. You and I are both gonna hear these together for the first time. So here we go. Anyway guys, this is pretty much it. This is my first video I'm loading up to YouTube. Thanks for watching Amateur Wrencher. This is the kid signing off. If you like, please subscribe and hit me up with some comments. Thanks for watching guys. Ciao.